Hi there, everybody. You'll have to excuse my voice, and you'll also have to excuse the fact that you're not going to see my face. And then just a second, let me set up my computer so I can see what's going on. There it is. Okay. Excuse me. I had a facial yesterday, and my esthetician said that I shouldn't wear any makeup or use any. Why is that doing that? Sorry, hang on. For a few days until my skin has a chance. I had a peel. So, hi Sherry. Make sure that you comment if you're watching. I'm going to go right into it. I'm going to use the linked together decorative masks. And let me show you the 5 masks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to try and get 2 cards done. I'm going to show you using all 5 masks, and then I'm going to try to use just 3 of them. Maybe 1, 3, and 5. I haven't decided yet. Let me show you the one that I've already made. And this one is actually, I made it up for my card class in March. So if you come to my card classes, you will be making this. And if you tell me that you don't like the green and you would rather make a different color, let me know and I will either switch colors or I'll cut out accordingly what colors you want. So I'm putting my table up so it's easier for me to work. So this is using, let's see what I used. I used lemon lime twist, old olive, and garden green. And I used lemon lime twist on mask 1 and mask 2. And I used old olive on mask 3 and mask 4 and just used garden green on the last one and then on the label that I did there. So, as most of you know, my favorite color is Pool Party. So this one I'm going to do with Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, Summer Splash, and Pretty Peacock. So, this is what I did for the envelope for that green one. So that's a stamp in, which one is that in? That is in Bright Borders, which I think I'll probably use again tonight. Although I was going to do a birthday card, but I forgot to find one stamp set, but I'll see. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to use is a board to tape my piece down on. It's so weird how in my phone this looks really close up and it doesn't show my lap, but then when I get on the computer, and I can't make it, I'll try that. It might be too close, but we'll see. Give it 9 seconds to catch up. Okay. Oh, that's too close. Yep. Sorry, I should have had this all figured out before I turned this on. Come on. Let's try right about there. See what happens. Okay. All right. So I've got this board and I've got my painter's tape that doesn't stick too much. Could use that mint tape too, but I don't have any of that. So I'm using Very Vanilla, and I didn't line up where I was going to put that. So hang on just a second. So what I'm going to do, no, not the Stamp & Seal Plus. I'm going to use Stamp & Seal, just a little bit of it on the back of my card stock here to make sure that it stays in place as I'm changing out my things here. Okay, so I marked where the mask should go, but I forgot to mark where the cardstock should go. So let me just get this fixed here for a second. Get my cardstock moved into position. I'll have to remember. All right, so I want my cardstock. Let's see. Nope, too deep on the here. I want it to be even on all 4 sides. You know what? It's easier. Silly me. Let me just put it on here how I want it. All right. So who else is on tonight? Please say hi so I know. You know what? This seems awfully long. I have a feeling. Yeah, it's 5.5. Hang on. Let me just cut a 1/4 inch off of this. I want it to be 5 1/4 by 4, because I want it to be smaller than the card front. Okay, and that will make more sense. All right, so I'm going to line it up so there's the same amount of space around on the mask, on the cardstock from the mask. That looks about right. Okay, we're going to say that's good. It might be a slight bit crooked, but let's go ahead and lay this down. Okay, let me just, did it stay? It did, yay, okay. Let me just grab a little marker here, my gel pens. They work really well for this. Let me just go around these corners here. So I know where to put the next one in. So this is how I set myself up for stencils. Or masks, whatever you want to call them. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so I will show you again. This is the card that I made for the card class next month. And I'm going to do it again in shades of aqua or teal. And I'm starting with mask number 1. I'm going to put it, see, I've got these lines, these pink lines here. I'm going to put it in the lines. And I've got them on all 4 corners to make sure that I get it in the right spot every time that I change a mask, because you want to be doing it in the same spot every time. Okay, that looks good. So we put our tape down. I'm going to need a brush. Well, the other one I'm going to do is yellow, so I'll grab the yellow brush too. Okay, I'm going to start with the lightest color. And this is Pool Party. This is my favorite, one of my favorite colors. And I'm just going to put it all over here with my blending brush. A little bit darker. I might need to ink up my Pool Party ink pad. Looks like it. Wow. We'll just rub it on hard. All right. These are nice, sturdy masks. They aren't real fragile like some of the other ones. All right, guys, I have got to ink this up. Sorry. Not at all prepared as usual. Let's see. It should be in the subtles. Pool Party, yep. So this is my reinkers in boxes. So Pool Party. Pool Party. And I have a Cricut tool that I use to push all of the ink so that it's not spotty. I'll show you in a second. Since my daughter has my Cricut, I'm not using the tools anyhow, so this is what I use to make sure that it gets into all the spots. You see, it looks pretty even there now. And then I just have to wipe this off real quick. And there we go. Okay, that should help. Get that out of the way. Okay, and that, excuse me, it's right there. This is ridiculous. This clogged up throat. I feel like I'm going to have it forever. There we go. That's better. Okay. And it's okay if it gets little dark blotchy spots in it, because you're going to be adding more layers of things onto it, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. So I have 5 stencils, and I have 4 colors. And I want the darkest color to be with the 5th stencil. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to do this Pool Party again with my next stencil. Okay, so I'm going to remove just the tape on the sides. Open it up. If you pull that one off, there's our first stencils results, and I'm just going to set that aside. I'm going to go and rinse them off real quickly before I go on to the yellows. Okay, and this is number 2. You'll notice that I put marker on it. It's the only way that I can read them, is to blacken out the number so that ink stays around it. Get that out of there. All right. This is number 2. Get it centered in all 4 corners. Okay. There we go. And like I said, I'm going to use Pool Party again. We'll just put that right over the Pool Party that we have on there. I did do this when I first got these on my grid paper. I used all different colors. I used like a rainbow of colors, and I made one on the grid paper, and I probably still have that used piece of grid paper around here somewhere, but Lord only knows where it is. So I'm just gonna, it was pretty, but I think I like it with just using tone on tone even better. Okay, so that is the Pool Party piece. I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap paper here. I always have scrap paper, and I really don't need to clean the Pool Party off. Not much is coming out anyhow, because the next color is in the same color family and it's darker, so the Pool Party's not gonna hurt it at all. All right. So I don't know, can you see that? Let me pull it up to you. Let me stand up a minute. You see that there's a little outline of a lighter color and then the darker color. So that's from our numbers 1 and 2. Now let's move on to number 3, which is an even smaller opening. All right. And that looks good. Put our tape back down. Now I'm moving on to Coastal Cabana. Hopefully this one doesn't need re-inking. Oh, doesn't look like it. All right. All right, let me just make sure I've got everything covered. They're such similar colors. Okay, and talk about similar colors. I'm going to use Summer Splash next, and I'm not convinced that it's not the same shade as Coastal Cabana. We'll find out soon enough. They're so similar on the cases. All right, so now you'll see that we have 3 layers, 3 diamond shapes there. Light, medium, and darker. Now we're going to go to this one, and this is a half one. It's not a full diamond anymore. So we're going to get that set up here in our corners. Oops. Okay. It doesn't look, oh yeah, I guess it does look right. Okay, so Summer Splash. And I know this one's fresh because it's fairly new. Can't really tell until you take it off when you're all done. And it also has these little tiny slits here along the side. So make sure we get those filled in. Could I only use one stencil? I could, yeah, and just leave the little diamonds. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you could do that too. Yep. So most of the stencils that I have bought from Stampin' Up! Have been like floral, that type of thing. So it's really interesting to just have a geometric design like this, geometric shapes. Okay, I think that's probably enough. I think I've pretty much hit everything there. All right. Now I was going to put a notice on my personal page about this because I want to get more people joining in. Did I use this? Is this number 3? Yes. And that's number 4. Okay, so final one, number 5. And get that one lined up. So this is just a bunch of little dots. This is kind of neat. All right, we'll cover that up. We'll close up the Summer Splash and open the Pretty Peacock, another one of my very favorites. I love teal. So, all right, let's see what we get here. This is definitely, I'd like to put the darkest one in so you can really see the dots really stand out. The design really stands out. Okay. Oops, I see a spot that didn't quite get anything on it here. There we go. So I could use baby wipes to wipe these off. I just don't want any, hi Julie. I just don't want any little pieces of lint or anything on them. Or I could also just wipe them off with my, I've got some like chore towels here that I use. So this is with the 5 different colors or different shades. Very pretty. I really like that. So that's going to go on the front of this card. And then I may very well use the same set that I used here. The, well, at least the punch, which is the To the Point punch. I'll use that, and I'm going to actually, I think I'm probably going to find a happy birthday that would fit in there nicely, but I will use one of the borders here for the punch. Yeah, isn't that pretty, Kathy? So now I'm going to do one. Let me just run in and clean off these with water real quick. No, you know what? I'm just going to wipe them down here, because if I do it with water, I'm going to have to dry it too, and then I'm going to worry about getting wet all over stuff. So let's just wipe it off here. And then I can do a thorough cleaning of it after I'm done doing the next one. For the next one, I'm just going to use 2 or 3. I'm going to use 3 of the masks. I'm going to use 1, 3, and 5, I think. It'll be a little bit different. See what other things we can do. Actually, my intention, if I hadn't been so busy today, was to do up samples with all of them, 4 of them, 3 of them, 2 of them. Hi, Beth. And then you know, arrange them and do like 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 5 and, you know, show you all the different things you could, different combinations you could come up with. Okay, so this is number 4. It's pretty much already dried, but I don't want to get glue on my yellow. So I'm going to try and do the best I can to get them cleaned off. Enough. Let me get that brush out of the way. 3. Okay. I really didn't have to clean 2 and 4, did I? Oh well. 2. And I have a feeling 1 is pretty dry, but it still comes off with water. That's what I do when I'm all done, is I just take them all in the kitchen and run water over them, and they just come right off. Comes right out clean. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, only with 3 instead of the 5 masks, or as I like to call them, stencils. So I need 1, 3, and 5. Let's do that. And let's see what we come up with here. So I'm going to use a lemon lolly background, and I'm going to use a white, basic white, and I'm using lemon lolly, daffodil light, and crushed curry. There really aren't other yellows I could use, but I thought about adding in, well, I didn't really want to add in wild wheat because that's, I think, too dark. but I thought about adding in a peach color, peach pie. Okay, I think that's, oh, it would help if I put tape on it, wouldn't it? Okay, a little bit of tape to hold it in place while I'm working. And we'll put it back down here between the green marks that I marked. And I also, when I'm done here, if it's not too late, I'm going to show you some new product that I got today that's in pre-order, so it'll be up for order at the beginning of next month. All right, so this is mask or stencil number 1. We're going to line it, the 4 corners up in my 4 pink corners. Oh, this is getting ripped. And there's also teal and aqua colors on there. All right, that is quite crooked. Oh well. Was that one crooked? No, it really wasn't. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to start. I've got my yellow brush here. I'll start with the Lemon Lolly, which is the lightest color. See what this looks like when it's all done. I have not done this yet. I have not experimented with this yet to know how it will look with just the 3. The other thing I might do when I'm on my own, I won't make you guys sit and watch, I might do just 4 and 5, the half one and the motif kind of thing, and see how that looks with just the 2 of them together. All right, my husband just came in with the dog, so be prepared for chaos. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to make that a little more even, especially since I'm only using each color once. Let's get some more color in here. I really like the Lemon Lolly. It's a nice light shade of yellow. I'm not typically a yellow person. I like the color, but it doesn't look good on me. So I don't have a lot of yellow that I wear or use. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Okay, so that was stencil number 1 with Lemon Lolly. Now we're going to use stencil number 3, and we're going to use Daffodil Delight with it. Almost, but not quite. There we go. Oh, no, that one seems... Okay, there we go. Oh, good. They're going upstairs. Okay. Daffodil Delight. And again, I don't have to clean the brush because it's a lighter color going to a darker color. And I don't... Well, a little does come off, but that's okay. I also clean these brushes with soap and water when I'm done, so... Okay, Daffodil Delight. That is another ink pad that could really use to be re-inked, but that's okay. I think I've got enough to do it here. Yep. Yukon decided he didn't like it upstairs with Daddy. Here he comes. Okay, so that's number 3 with Daffodil Delight. Oh, I like that. And now number 5 with crushed curry. 5. Oh, he's got a bone. Okay, that's about right. Okay, and this would actually be neat to do with a completely different color, like a purple or a dark, like Pretty Peacock. Sorry, I was trying to concentrate. Okay. You can tell crushed curry is one that I have inked up recently. All right, let's see what we've got here. The nice thing is you can go back and do the other, if you decide that you don't like it, you can go back and add the other 2 stencils. They'll be out of order, but they'll still go. Oh, I like that. It almost, some of the aqua was on the edges here. You can see that it's a little green here. That's because the aqua was still on the ink pad, or the mask. So what do you think? I kind of like it. All right, let's go ahead and do the rest of the 2 cards. Set that aside, and I will wash these when I'm all done. So let me just grab really quickly a happy birthday sentiment. Let's see here. Oh, there's another one. I'll use this too. Let's see here. Happy birthday. Where are you? Okay. I'm going to do something a little different here. And here comes the noisy dog with the squeaky toy. Oh, you can. Honey, I don't want your squeaky toy. Here. Hang on a second. I have to... All right. Go away, you can. Okay. So I'm going to... He is putting the squeaky toy in my lap. The yellow one... Sorry. I got to get rid of this. No. Threw it upstairs. Maybe he'll take it to Doug. We'll see. Yep, there he goes. Okay. The yellow one I'm going to do a wishing you comfort. And so let's do that first, because I know that will fit in here. So let me grab a scrap of white. And we will put, I think we'll put this one on it. I need a block. Okay. Now I'm going to do what I did on the green card. For those of you who joined later and didn't see the green card yet, I'll show you it when I'm all done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss it with, let's see, crushed curry. Yep, with crushed curry ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first tap the stamp into the Versamark. Never tap it into the color first, because you'll ruin your Versamark pad. So it's just kind of common sense. Then tap it on your yellow pad, and then stamp it here. And I probably shouldn't be stamping on top of this, because that's going to make it not come out so great. All right, and then we're going to put, and I forgot to use the embossing buddy, so we'll see how I did here. Okay. Looks like there's, all right. Use the gun. Oh, I should have done the thing on the inside, the sentiment on the inside first. That's all right. I'll just stamp the sentiment instead of embossing it. All right. That looks pretty well embossed. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's shiny. It's shiny, so let's see if you can see it. No, not really, but it is shiny. You'll have to trust me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and punch it out. Helps if you get it in the right direction. All right, and there's that. Get this out of the way so I don't spill it all over the place. Okay, and then we're going to stamp, from over here. Wishing you comfort on the outside. Wishing you comfort. I'm going to put it here. Hopefully it's going to fit. It will fit. Okay. It might be slightly, nope, it'll fit just beautifully. Okay. Wishing you comfort. And then what I did for the green one is I used the other two colors. So, Lemon Lolly, that's an awfully big piece, I don't know what's that. Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight. And what I'm going to do, because I don't want to, this isn't wide enough, so obviously, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut two halves out like this. Okay, I'll do the same thing with the Lemon Lolly. It is not quite big enough. It actually be, we'll see. I've got plenty more scraps, so it doesn't matter. Yep, it works. If you cut out two of the same side because they're identical. All right, so what I did on the green one and what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to put Daffodil Delight and then Lemon Lolly on here. So let me go ahead and do that. Hopefully I will use this. Yes, good. Okay. I really only need to worry about it sticking. I just want it to get up there. I don't want it to be too close though, because I don't want the glue, which is going to show right there, to show. All right. I'm going to do that. A little glue there. And then we take the Lemon Lolly. We do the same thing with the Lemon Lolly. This time I'll put it on the back of this one. And here, turn it over so I can see that I'm getting it lined up correctly. Make sure you use glue so you have time to move it around before it sticks in place. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And I probably should have, and I am going to cut this down a bit, because otherwise it's going to overlap there. I don't want it to overlap there. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side I have showing. It goes upside down, but it doesn't matter. All right, that one's a little wider, and that's because it is already to the other piece. Let's there we go. And then I'm going to pop it anyhow, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. This one on here, like so. There we go. And then we just take, first I'm going to put this on. I won't complete the other one on here. I'm not going to keep you that long, but I will complete this one, do the inside and everything. Okay, so let's put this on. The way I have my light, I'm kind of shadowed over here. Oops, I went right off there. Yeah, I sure did. Okay. Just fold it over. Doesn't matter. All right, put this on here. I'm disappointed in having the green edges, but it's not horrible. The green edges. Okay, and then we're going to take this and we're going to put some, whoops, not the little ones, some dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to put one in the middle, and I have this Daffodil Delight ribbon that's in the mini catalog. And I'm going to do something with that too. Let's see. I actually should have probably, nope, I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to put it on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take these off. And I noticed these are older ones and they don't come off well with my take your pick tool. So I have to use my fingernails to pull them off. Okay, and that's going to go right here in the middle. And then we're going to make a tiny little bowl. Actually, I'll start by making it big and then I'll cut it down. Two bunny ears around the tree. There we go. Okay. Make sure I'm not cutting into the bow. All right, I'm going to put that right there. The glue dot. And the glue dots are like too big for the little thin paper, so I just pull it off and roll it into a little ball, stick it on the back of the bow, stick it on the card, and then I'm going to put just some plain, let's not do that, let's use little buggers. And those are what I want. Well, you know what? Let's use these pearls. I have a yellow tint to them. These are the antique pearls that are also in the January April mini. And I can just use the little bitty ones. And I'm going to put one, let's put one there. If I was just making one card and I wanted to waste supplies, I would put them on every corner, but that's a lot. And there, and one. Oh, let's see. Let me put it there, there. Let's put it here. Let's put it right there. Nope, don't like it. Let's put it down by this one. There we go. Okay, so on the inside, using crushed curry, we're going to use this Happy Birthday. Nope, we're not. We're going to use this. We're going to do the big butterfly. And we're going to use lemon lolly to put a butterfly on the inside. So it's tone on tone, lemon lolly on lemon lolly. So it'll be light enough. This is not my lemon lolly. Ooh, I almost did that. Okay. Lemon lolly on my butterfly. And put it right here. Ooh, that is bright. Can you guys see that? There you go. If you're watching, please make sure that you say hello so I know you're there. And also, if I have enough people comment, I will do a prize patrol tomorrow and I will send something to somebody, to a lucky winner. Okay, and then I need wishing you a beautiful birthday. And I could do it in black. And it would definitely stick out, but I'm trying to do a all one hue card, so. All right, wishing you a beautiful birthday. So there's that card. There you go. So I'm going to take a few minutes to show you the things that I just got. And I will clean this mess up after we're done. Let me just clean these stamps off so they're not permanently stained. Not that yellow's going to stain that much anyhow. Where'd that other one go? There it is. Wishing you comfort goes in here. Nope. You know what? That was wrong. Why didn't you guys tell me? Okay, so that was supposed to be not, it was wishing you comfort, so it was supposed to be one of these in here. May you find peace in the days to come and in the loving thoughts that surround you now. So, what I do in that case, I don't know why I put the birthday on there. Wishing you comfort goes in here. And I am going to use, may you find peace. And put another piece here. All right, we're going to use, oh, okay, so I'm going to show you one of the things that I got today. No, that's not the one. This is the one. We're going to use one of these on the inside of the card. These are just beautiful. These are an online exclusive that's coming out soon. Let's see, I think that one probably fit best. Sure, well, actually the biggest one would fit best. So we'll go with that one. Okay. All right. We just cut out a piece here. Right back. Right over here out of shot. We'll then drag this over there. Well, I'm going to cut it right out of the middle, I guess. Okay. So here we go. It's going to work beautifully inside. Well, and Aunt Bev, considering how crippled my fingers are, it's surprising that I do make it look easy. But it just happened to work that time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape this in. And if I was smart, I would stamp it first and then tape it in, but I'm not that smart. So we're going to do it this way. That's going to go in here. So I want to make it even on both sides and even up and down. And then we're going to do this again. All right. Put our butterfly on again. I think I'll have him going the other way this time. All right, and then there's something on there. And then we will stamp. So a sympathy card. And I'll need those sometimes. And you find peace in the days to come in the loving thoughts that surround you now. And it could have been darker. I probably do need to ink up, but you can read it just fine. So that's that. All right. So, ouch. Let me just show you the 3 cards. Well, I'll show you the 2 cards and the mat that we did for the one. So this is my sample, and this is the one that people who come to, hi Tammy, people who come to the March card class will be doing this card. Or if you prefer not to have it in green, you just let me know and I will make sure that you have another color, whatever color you want. And then this is the one I did tonight. And I'm going to have to erase that off. It's just dirt. And then this is the other front that we made, and this will be a birthday card. I will make this a birthday card, and I'll display a picture of it when I have it done. Okay, let me show you the things I got today in the pre-order. These are things, that, as I said, that will be available, online exclusives, beginning in March. I'm pretty sure it's beginning in March. It should be if they're putting them pre-order in February. So, okay. Some of these also might be, I might have gotten some things from the current mini catalog too. So, because I placed one big order with a bunch of stuff. So some of this might not be new stuff, pre-order stuff. Pretty sure this is though. So this is the textured note dies, and each of them is a little bit different as far as the texture. Although this one and this one are the same, and this one and this one are the same, but that's it. The rest of them, well, this one and that are similar, but yeah, all different sizes. So that's nice. Okay, Tammy, yes. And Tammy, I told you last time that I have 2 prizes for you here now. So we'll have to get together if you can't make it to the next class. Okay, a new embossing folder, mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. And all around dies. These are not new. These are an online exclusive, and I noticed that another demonstrator was using them the other day, and I hadn't really paid attention to them before. So they're just kind of odd-shaped circles, misshaped circles. So nice thing to have to add a little interest. And let's see here. What else have I got? There's some new paper coming out. Okay. All right, now these, I'm pretty sure are in the mini catalog. This is the Stripes and Florals Mix and Match cards and envelopes. So we'll be using these in a card class, possibly in March, depending on what I decide I want to do with them. Let's see what we've got here. I have not opened anything. Like I said, it's been a really busy day. Okay. Stripes and Florals. Matching envelopes. All right, so pinks and blues. We've got, let's see this. Ah, yes, that is a floral. I don't know if you guys can see it here. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it there. So it's a very faint, very pretty. And then the stripes are on the blue. So I got 2 packages of those so that we could use them in a card class. All right, and then I got, oops, I'll check on that one in a minute. Okay, I got 2 packages of this. This is definitely a pre-order, so this is definitely going to be an online exclusive. And I'll tell you what it's called in a second. Let's just get into it here. Okay. All right. This is called Woven Texture, and it's obviously 12 by 12 designer series paper. Let's just get it out of here. So we have this, looks like a woven basket made with some kind of soft material. And on the back, that, oh, there's 3 of it. Okay, and then this one. And the back of this one is that. Very cool. So it's more like photographs. And then we have this one. Looks like a bamboo container. And the back of that is like a linen look. Oh, that's neat. Like the bottom of a basket. And on the back, it's the sides of the basket. So I thought that would be neat for some less feminine, more, hi Kelly, more masculine cards or some more homey types of things. Okay, so those are the paper. The other 2 papers I got were, well, I got like 3 other papers, but they're all things that are either in the January mini or January-April mini, or they're in the current catalog. And I'm things that are going away, and I bought them to have as giveaway prizes. So here's the rest of the things that I got. Beautiful butterflies. Let's see here. Let me just grab my catalog. I can look in the back. Yep, Beautiful Butterflies is from the catalog. Page 39. And I only got the stamp set. I didn't get the hybrid folder or the dies. I already have the bokeh paper. Beautiful. It's called Beautiful Bokeh. I already have that. But so I just got this. Maybe I'll buy the dies someday, but I actually was thinking more of putting this in the prize bucket. So, and then I have framed scenes, and this one is a new one that will be available in March. Whoops, everything's sliding around because there's die sets in there with their shiny plastic wrappers. All right, so I really like this. I cute scenes, pretty scenes, and these are the frames to go with them. So that would be great for the lighthouse or the tree house on the tree. And then there's a smaller one that can be used, I don't know, probably use it on something other than these, because that would definitely cut pieces off. That wouldn't be too bad though there. And then this bigger frame will probably work on all of them. Okay. Yeah, I have another butterfly one already that from Stampin' Up, so I decided not to buy that one for myself. So that one's going in the, every year in January and February, I replenish my prize bucket with free or low-cost items. So that's that. And this is a rubber stamp, a red rubber stamp. I love how these stamp, but I love how the other ones, the acrylic stamps, you can see through them to place things. So just a background stamp, painted stripes, and I thought about doing something ombre with that where it gets lighter or where it changes colors. This one I love, Peekaboo Forest. So cute. This is an acrylic. I can't remember what they're called. I can never remember it until I see it. I'll just call them acrylic. And so you can cut that out and have them hanging out of it, looking out of it. That's why they just have hands and no body. So these are the dies that go with them. Come on, I'm looking up. So each of the critters gets cut out. The tree gets cut out along with the opening in the tree. So we're going to have fun with that. We're going to make some cards with that, or at least a card with that. Probably in March, next month. Now this was a Celebrations. I'm pretty sure this was a Celebrations. Either that or I got it with my, and it's another red rubber. And there's a debate online about what this is. Some people think it's a red fox. Some people think it's a badger. Some people think it's a squirrel. What do you guys think? Red fox, badger, squirrel, something else? It really depends on what color you color it. And I've seen some really beautiful coloring jobs done on these, but I think that is really cute. I thought about putting it in the prize bucket, but I think I'm going to keep it. I think we're going to use it. So there's that one. Year of the Flowers. I really love this. This is coming out. Actually, that Resourceful Rusty might be a pre-order for something that's coming out next month. I'm not sure. So these year flowers, it shows you the flower for each month. So I'm June, so it's a rose. It doesn't tell what they are. Daffodil, I can tell. March, daisy in April. That was my mother's. That looks like lily of the valley. Mum, perhaps? So I'm going to have to look these up and see what they are. Some of you might know, considering it's your birth flower. And each one cuts out just the flower, though, not the stamp. So probably not the month. So I would probably stamp it on there and then stamp another one, cut it out, and put it over the top of the one that's stamped on there. Just so I have that. Hoping your day blooms with happiness, sending you a floral hug. I couldn't have picked a better friend, and happy birthday. So, love it. We'll probably be doing something with that too, and I'll let you guys pick which month you want to do. So you'd be thinking, if you're coming to the card class, think about who you want to make the card for, so you know which month you want to use. All right. So there were a few other things too, but they're already put away, and most of them were things that you have seen before, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I ended up with an extra one of these, so somewhere something's not put away right. So, yeah. So, see, this is the other one that I have. Sketched butterflies I already had. Let me reach in front of you here. And then beautiful butterflies. So these are a little more detailed, but these are two-step stamping, so you can stamp these pieces into these spots. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Let's try this. So that would go there. It'll be a little bit wider than that spot, but yes, it could definitely go there. Yep. Nice. Okay. Or you can just create your own butterfly. All right. That's it. I don't want to keep you any longer. I've kept you almost an hour already. I hate to do that to you guys. So I will be back next week. Let me see. Today's the 12th. Next week is the 19th. Yes, I should be back next week. The first week, 2 weeks in March, I will not be here. I will be first in Curacao with my husband on vacation, and then I will be at Stampin' Up's on stage in Raleigh, North Carolina. So I might come on and just show you what's going on at the... the convention and show you some different things, but I won't be doing something like this. But I will be here next week and the following week. Yes, I will be here both of those weeks. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching so much. Please share or tell your friends to look for me. I need to get you guys up to 15 comments, 15 different people commenting so I can do prize patrols again. I've got stuff to give out. I just want to see if I can up my viewers. So I am going to also share it on my regular page and post next Wednesday for people to join and watch. So have a great week. Thank you so much for watching. Happy stamping. Bye.